Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, you're most definitely welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome yet again to another video. Alright guys, so do not forget to subscribe before you leave the channel if you're new, and if you're an existing subscriber, please ensure that you give this video a thumbs up, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, please turn on your post notification bell button. It's just very close to the subscribe button. It looks like a bell. Okay, so don't forget to turn your post notification bell button on. All right, so in today's video, what are we doing? So guys, I'm going to be talking about my expectations and realities since I moved to the United Kingdom. All right, and I'm going to be dividing it into what my expectation is as a nurse working here in the UK and as an immigrant, generally. So if you want to know if my expectations were met or not, I think you should stick till the end of this video. Also, the reason I'm sharing this video is just to kind of serve as a guide for people that are planning to move here as an immigrant or a nurse immigrant here in the UK, what to expect and all what's not. All right guys, so if this looks like what you're interested in, ensure that you are chilled and about to enjoy this video. All right, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my salary. Money is quite important, guys. I was employed and I got my job. My employer reached out to me, they sent me my contract and all of that, and I went through it and I'm like, okay, I needed to convert to know what exactly they're going to be paying me in a month, right? Because it was per annum, right? So I did the conversion and I'm like, it's not bad. For a month, it's not bad. But the only thing I didn't really put into consideration when I was doing that was that I didn't really realize maybe I did that too late, that the standard of living here in the United Kingdom is quite different from what it is back home, Nigeria, where I come from. So yeah, I got carried away and I felt it's a lot of money. But when I got here, it was when I realized that my expectations was not met, guys. Yeah, it wasn't really what I expected, compared to the standard of living here, but it's quite better than how much I was being paid when I was back home. And yeah, so my expectation was not met. In short, a lot of people are always like, oh, don't convert whatever it is your employer wants to pay you because of this and that. But yeah, I feel you should convert whatever it is you have in your contract, just to give you an insight to what you're going to be paid in your currency, before you move here. And then yeah, a lot of people feel it's not important, but I really don't see what's wrong with it. A lot of people are always like, nurses are hotcakes. Yeah, we're hotcakes, but really I think at this point they really need to put some icing on that cake. So number 2, so when I got here, I felt I was just going to be put into the wards and then I'll start doing my nursing duties and everything. But I realized that I was not able to do some procedures. I wasn't allowed to do my medications myself. I wasn't allowed to take blood, all of those serious procedures. I wasn't allowed to do all of that. So, and I felt, what is going on here? That I was basically doing a CSW job, a clinical support worker job, and they are the ones that assist in patients' personal care. They assist the nurses, they work hand in hand with the nurses basically. So in my mind, I'm like, well, this is not what I have in my contract. Why am I doing this? But it was later I realized that they just wanted to be sure that you're competent enough to carry out a safe nursing care here in the UK. So my expectation was not met. I did not just come here and then start doing all the nursing duty. And I feel it's a plus for some nurses back home that are I've moved out of clinic house for a while and are now in the administrative aspect of nursing. If you're if you're wondering, oh, like how am I supposed to sort out my skills that I've lost like in a while, like now that I want to travel and practice as a nurse, I feel this is like a plus, and like it's really a great idea for them to like take you through some like certain trainings again to be sure that like you can get your skills back on. So yeah, my expectations was not met on this. Number 3 is the working hours. So before I left Nigeria, I had already, gone through my contract. I already read that I was going to be doing 37.5 hours in a week, which is equivalent to like 12 hours in a day. So so yeah, like when I got here, it was just like that. Like, these people don't play with their time. If it's 12 hours, you're going to do your 12 hours. And yeah, my expectations was met. I do 12 hours shift in a day. Yep. Number 4, racism and acceptance. So before I moved here, I had this sort of, like, what is it going to be like? Is it going to be very easy for me to adapt, like get used to different people from, diversities of culture, race, and different people from different countries and all of that. So I didn't really know if I was expecting anything, but I just was concerned about this. And yeah, when I got here, it wasn't really too bad. They're welcoming, and it was quite easy for me to like settle in. And racism, it's still ongoing, like on a low, but it's something that they quite frown at in the trust here. So it's not like in your face, but definitely it's going on like underground like in a subtle way, but it's not something that they put in your face. And I haven't really experienced it. I don't want to experience it because it's really not a good side to see, because it could come in like some sort of bullying and all of that. But I haven't experienced this, so I think it depends on different areas that you find yourself in. Or I just always say be open-minded. Like, don't put your mind there that, oh, racism, and then before you know it, any little thing that happens, you think, oh, they're being racist towards you. But yeah, I didn't really know what to expect when I was coming here, but it wasn't bad after all when I got here. So number 5, I don't know, is this number 5 or number 4? I've lost count, guys, but just take it away. So under the umbrella of my expectation as a nurse here, I'm going to talk about the final thing I'm going to talk about is job security. So before I left home, basically I had concerns about this because I've been in certain situations where I probably got a job and then I fell ill like a few weeks into the job, and I was having that feeling that, oh, what was my employer gonna be thinking? They might be thinking, oh, like this person cannot do the job and all of that. And maybe I was getting some sort of projections from them to maybe stop working, or something like that. But like in general, there's certain circumstances that you find yourself that you're wondering if they're going to lay you off work, or if they're just going to say, oh, just take some break and return. Well, I haven't really experienced that, but I had concerns about it. So when I got here, it happened that they were quite flexible when it came to your ability and your capacity to work, right? They are quite big on disability here, so it's like a plus for those that are disabled or have some health conditions one way or the other that will not permit them to do maybe these 12 hours or this. It's possible that someone is off work because of ill health for close to 3 months, and they still pay you your salary. They want you to come back to work. They're not laying you off your job because of that. For example, if you cannot cope in a particular unit and you speak up, they can help modify your duty. Like there is no, that fear is not there that, oh, you're going to lose your job because of this, because you don't have the capacity to do this, you know. And then here, like their pension system works, so like, you know, yeah, you have that assurance that, yeah, you know, they're going to, like, you know, sort me out in this aspect. They're going to pay me my pension and all of that. Also, for those who work in like oncology and, you know, some other specialties here in nursing, they send you ahead for courses that, you know, even adds to your CV and like is a plus for you. So like when I got here, I realized that, you know, there is, you know, job security, job satisfaction is quite something that, you know, you should look forward to if you're back home. Is quite good. I mean, it gives you that edge that, okay, like I'm secured in my job, you know what I'm talking about. So like there are several specialties here in nursing that doesn't just confine you to bedside. Like there are a lot of things you can do, and you know, I just feel that things here are quite flexible, which is good for like the nurse out there to look into. So yeah, I think my expectation was like exceeded when it came to this. So yeah, that's the end of this expectations that I had based on the fact that I'm a nurse here. Moving on to the other aspect of being an immigrant generally, I was expecting to come here and meet some tall buildings, like polished buildings, modern buildings. I'm not saying they do not have modern buildings, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, when I got here, I'm like, what in the Harry Potter is going on here? Like they've got a lot of Asian buildings and all. So if you are the type that you have been thinking you want to go to the US because of that, please go. Yeah, so here they've got a lot of Asian buildings. They are quite historical and all of that. Yeah, so secondly, thing is food. I really didn't have any like serious expectation for this, because I mean, I eat anything, I settle in fast with any kind of food. But really, if you're planning to move here, they've got African like stores where you can get African food, so like that's like a plus for you. The next thing is the weather. So I had expected it to be cold, like they said, because they were like, it's very cold. When I got here, it is quite cold, right? It's quite cold. But another thing you should know is that like their weather is like one of the most confused things here. It could be raining now, it could be sunny in the afternoon, and you know, it could just be like all mixed. Like it could be a mixture of everything. Yeah, so their weather is just always like fluctuating. I think this brings me to the end of this video, guys. These were my expectations, and now you know if they were met or not. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, guys. You know, drop me comments in the comment section, put your post notification bell button on, share this video, okay? Please share it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.